Every single time I return to the forum, the noise hits me like a wall. In less than a minute, my sandaled feet are covered in dirt and grime. I'm hoping the open air and the sun will help me clear my head and the pepper soup will warm my body. I look at the new lion tattooed into my forearm. It still burns. Prince Harris's sin is staying with me longer than usual, which I guess isn't surprising considering how big that Inisiza was. The roar of the crowd settles into a muffled quiet, but if I strain, I can pick out a snatch of conversation about someone's cousins coming to visit or about the rising price of dates. Northern and southern Kosian accents mingle together. Above it all, a crier stands off to the side of the thoroughfare, singing holy verse in a voice that booms out over the crowd. Farther down, the smells announce the open market. A mix of imported herbs, the syrupy sweetness of deep-fried puff-puff, the tingling spiciness of pepper soup with fufu. Stray too far, however, and it all starts to smell like sweet sour refuse. Between the jeweler stalls, glinting with crystals and rings too bright and numerous to be real, are the book traders. They display their forbidden wares over spread cloths, ready to be snatched up at a moment's notice. The books are mostly different versions of the Word, the holy text that governs our lives. The pages are folded into cylinders, and you put the book to one eye to watch the text spiral and form new words as you read. Some cylinders are simple, tough leather fabric with black ink. Others are more colorful and ornate, displaying flamboyant curving script. I've looked through enough of these vessels to know that half of them contain not religious doctrine, but secret histories. Forbidden alternate tellings of the origins of Kos, the world. Texts proclaiming that sin can't be bought or sold or eaten. I spot a kid twirling one of the books in his hands. He's got the thing pressed up against his face, burying his nose in it. I lean back a little bit and can see that the insides don't have words but drawings. I know this book. The book trader sells adventures. Young Aki questing to find a magical amulet to purify all their sins, or something like that. 2 stalls down past the herb seller is a guy who sells stories of princes and princesses who look a lot like the Kayas. They're never named, but everyone in Kos knows who the prince is that got caught in another lady's bedchamber in last week's installment. It was probably Harris. The real people in Kos, the people getting dirty in the forum, the people trying to make their way through the dozen or so languages being spoken at any time, they know the royal family isn't pure. We all know. Many of us eat their sins. We just have to pretend they're pure as river water so we don't get strung up by the gates in front of our families. And so I can keep earning Ramsey coins to send back to my family. Oh yeah, child, buy it or leave. This is not a library. The bookseller snatches the book out of the kid's hand, careful not to crush the cylinder. I glare at him and dig into my pocket to find the marker from Izu. I'll pay for the damn book. Let the kid enjoy his adventures. But then I pull the marker out and suck my teeth. He shorted me even more than I thought. This is barely enough for me to send back home to my family. For a second, I think about tracking him down and chopping his hand for chopping my coins. But then, I'd have no more work because I'd be dead.